welcome to another episode of Here Now on Broadcasting Scotland. I'm your host, Katee Cross, and tonight's guest is the wonderful Norman Lamont. No, Lamont, isn't it? I keep saying Lamont.
That's okay.
I'll get it right at one point, for sure. So Norman is a classic singer-songwriter whose songs are always melodic and memorable. So thank you so much for coming in.
You're welcome. It's nice to be back.
Definitely. It is. So how did you get started in music?
Well, my mum and my gran used to walk me around the town, and I would press my face up against the window of the music shops, these shiny electric guitars, chrome and everything. And I dreamed of one day having one of these things. Probably never had one till I was a bit in my 30s, but there you go. Eventually got a little acoustic guitar, as did a couple of my friends, so we always tried to outdo each other and
of course
get better really quickly. And it resulted in me playing my first gig with an accordion player at an old people's home where, with supreme tastelessness, I chose to do Simon and Garfunkel's Bookends. You know, preserve your memories, they're all that's left you. They seemed to like it. I don't know if they knew what was going on, but from there it went uphill. It could only go uphill.
Definitely. And back then, who were your main influences?
Started off fairly mainstream, Paul Simon in particular. Also the Moody Blues and the Beatles. But then I got kind of diverted off centre a bit by the Incredible String Band and King Crimson, like two polar opposites, but really interested in both of them. And so people that made sounds that hadn't really existed before.
Definitely. And how many instruments do you play? Is it just the guitar, or do you play
guitar, mandolin, bass, a little tiny bit of keyboards, and I have a very odd instrument called a tongue drum, which is a little metal drum made from a gas canister that plays a kind of Arabic scale. It's lovely.
Oh, lovely. Maybe next time you can bring that in then. And do you remember the first gig you ever played? Where it was, what song you played and how you felt? So it would have been, apart from the
that,
the one you just mentioned.
Yeah, I was on a residential thing at school in France, and discovered that I could write a song. So a friend and I wrote a song about how crap the teachers were. And there was a variety show at the end of the thing, so we sort of realised that if you sing something like that, people like you. If you sing something really satirical and abusive, and the teachers weren't that bad, to be honest, but it was great, it was a great song.
And did the teachers like it?
They were tolerant.
Well, that's good. That's all right then. So we're going to take a wee break from the chit-chat, and we're going to listen to your first track.
All right.
So this one is called The Ballad of Bob Dylan. So whenever you're ready, get yourself sorted. You can go whenever you're ready.
Here we go. Well, he flew in from Miami with a bag full of bones. Me, I'm singing in the airport bar. What are you gonna do? Gotta pay those loans. 2 sleepless eyes and an unmade face. He saw me at the bar. He said, "This must be the place." Said he was looking for a room for the night. He said his name was Bob Dylan. I said, right. He spent the night at my place on a couple of chairs. In the morning he was up and off down those stairs. I found him in the marketplace, busking for cash and playing my guitar in a rough and ready kind of fashion. Voice like a hangover looking for a cure. I said, "You sound like Bob Dylan." He said, "Why, sure." 20 miles away, high security hospital. They were looking for a guy who jumped the wall. They were looking in the streets, they were looking in the zoo. No way of knowing what this kind of a man might do. The only thing they got in him while he was away was he was into Bob Dylan in a big, big way. Well, my friend with his buskin made a couple of pounds, and with a couple of mine, I got a couple of rounds. We sat there reminiscing down the line to the 60s, how we hadn't recognized them at the time. When this guy bursts in, grabs my friend by the sleeve, and says he's Bob Dylan. Oh man, time to leave. They got stuck into each other. I never saw the stranger's face. The barman's yelling at me, get these guys out of the place. Spitting out language, they were spitting out blood. It was like watching Cain and Abel before the flood. Got out to the street, but the stranger was gone. My friend Bob Dylan just picked up that bag of bones. He said that guy there used to be a country western star who put down his roots and never wandered far. With his Jewish mama, 5 kids on a farm, it had been too damn long since he'd done any harm. His wife cut his throat, he had to get born again, and I got his job, he's been after me since then. I said, what? I said, what about the bones? He said, I carry them with me. They remind me of a guy I knew in '63. He could have been a big shot, I told him back then, but he turned into a junkie. Well, I ain't no judge of men. That was his tale as the evening wore on. When I woke up in the night, Bob Dylan had gone. Taking my guitar and my cowboy boots and my country singing tie and my country singing suit, left me his bones in some kind of book. It might have been a Bible, I never got time to look, 'cause they kicked down the door, they walked in real slow. They said, we're looking for Bob Dylan. I said, what do you know? Well, these days I don't work much, 'cause I'm past my prime. Growing me a beard, you know, passes the time. I'm living in the country, but I'll get across the wall when I get a better grip on my short-term recall. Some days I feel bitter, some days I feel worse. I just write another song and play it to the nurse. And it's all over now, baby blue.
Well done! That was brilliant.
Thank you.
I loved it. It's got a really nice groove as well. It's really good. So what's the story behind it?
Dylan had made a series of shit albums. And I was trying on some jeans in a shop in Staffordshire, and I heard a new Dylan track on the radio that I'd never heard of. Mm-hmm. That's good. Mm-hmm. It turned out to be Tweeter and the Monkey Man from the Travelling Wilburys album. But anyway, I couldn't find what it was, and I went home and I was trying to remember that song. I thought I'd like to learn that. Yeah. And somehow I ended up writing this instead.
Nice. It's really good though. I like it. It is really good. So I can see from your bio that you've released quite a few albums and EPs. So how many have you released and what's the names of them?
The Wolf Who Snared the Moon was the first, and there was Romantic Fiction, and Roadblock, and All the Time in Heaven, and an instrumental album called Waveforms, and more lately a band album called In Another Life with my band, The Heaven Sent.
Nice. Is it kind of like picking your favourite child, or can you pick a favourite one?
I'm still fond of the first one, The Wolf Who Snared the Moon. Yeah.
And why is that? Is it just because it's your first one, or?
Yeah, I think I'd lots of ideas kind of poured out there, and most of the stuff I've done has been picking on, leading from one strand that was on that album or another strand that was on that album.
And you've just released a new album?
Yeah.
When was that?
Yeah, this was in March.
March,
this
nice.
Is with, and this is with a 5-piece band actually. One member has left since then, but It's very much a band album. It's the same people playing on all the tracks, which
Yeah.
I never had in my previous stuff. And similar in style. It's kind of folky, rocky, very accessible and fun, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I'm sure it is. And where can anyone find it? Is it on digital platforms or?
It's on, yeah, it's on everything really,
good.
and also on normanlamont.com. And there's if you want to get it free, also you can sign up and get a series of emails with links of lyrics and chords and how the songs were put together and so on.
Oh, that sounds good. Definitely should do that. So now we're going to do a wee bit of a random questions. Random questions. So you get 3 random questions. And just, answer.
Try and avoid physics.
Wait, don't worry. I'm not good at that, so I won't do any of that. Okay, so if you could disinvent one thing, what would it be and why?
Oof.
I know, it's quite a lot of them, isn't there?
The Kalashnikov.
Why?
It's made a mess of a lot of people.
If you could be a member of any TV sitcom family, what one would it be and why?
Oh my god. Probably Frasier.
Yeah?
Because they're all bonkers, but they're rich bonkers.
That's good. Good to be rich bonkers, isn't it? And do you do any crazy dancing when no one's looking? Or do you dance normal?
If I told you, I would have to kill you.
Oh, well, don't tell me then. Okay, so now we're going to listen to your another track. And this one's called Goodbye Song.
Goodbye Song. Okay, this is like how not to dump somebody. It's time to say goodbye. You know the reasons why. It was always gonna end like this. Ah, darling, don't make this harder than it is. Don't try to stall for time. Don't try to change my mind. Let's leave out the parting kiss. Oh, come on now. Don't make this harder than it is. You see, I got this sinking feeling when you said that we needed to talk. I guess that was the signal. It was time for me to walk. Look, I'm not blaming you, but what else to do when the champagne's lost its fizz? Oh, darling, let's not make this any harder than it is. I didn't come to argue, I just came to collect my stuff. No use to prolong it. Don't you think enough is enough? Well, I see you're still upset, but let's not forget it was never exactly bliss. Oh, darling, don't make this any harder than it needs to be. It's not a prison, we've still got the key. So let's just slip out gracefully. Don't make this harder than it is.
Lovely. That was really nice. I like that one.
Right.
That was good. So are you writing or recording or doing anything right now?
Yeah, my friend Jerry, who produced the band album over a period of extremely hard work for 2 years, has decided that I should do a solo acoustic album, which goes against 20 years of my instincts to throw as many instruments at every song as I can to disguise my singing. And he wants, he's given me a rule of 1 extra instrument per song.
Oh, that sounds good though.
So we're doing that, and the results have been good so far.
Yeah.
I'm really pleased with it.
So you've started doing it already then?
Started doing it, and also started working with the band on some more band songs, and another thing at home of more kind of electronic stuff.
So got tons on the go then?
Tons on the go.
Tons on the go. And have you got any exciting gigs or anything, any projects apart from those coming up in the next 12 months?
In the next 12 months?
Next 12 months.
That's a long time. A couple of things in Edinburgh at Bar Brig in Leith Walk on the last Wednesday of the month. And trying to organise a kind of solo or tour, a tour with another singer-songwriter called Lindsay, of gigs in the Highlands, but we haven't got very far with that because we don't know who to ask. So we're at the stage of finding out who to ask.
Well, maybe someone will be watching who will know.
That'd be nice, yeah.
And then get in contact. That'll be nice. So now we're going to do our quick question quiz.
All right.
So 10 questions.
More random.
More random.
Okay. All
10
right. Go on.
quick questions. Answer them as quickly as you possibly can. And are you ready, Robert, with the stopwatch?
Oh
okay.
God, this is serious.
It's intense. It's
Yeah.
intense. Okay.
What do I win?
Just the title. Just being the fastest.
All right.
Okay, so in 3, 2, 1, fish or steak?
Fish.
Watermelon or plums?
Watermelon.
Favourite Elvis song?
Heartbreak Hotel.
Mint, choc chip or vanilla?
Mint.
Action movie or drama?
Drama.
Favourite TV show from the 90s?
And it was lost in the 90s.
Country or pop?
Pop.
Watch live or recorded?
Recorded.
John Wayne or Clint Eastwood?
Clint.
And favourite country song?
That's a hard one. Oh my God.
Oh.
It would be something by Richard Thompson, probably.
Okay, we'll call it there. So your time was
crap.
34 seconds. That's alright.
Is that alright?
That's alright then. That's good. So thank you so much for coming in. We'll just let you detune just now. Great. So thank you so much for coming in. I hope you've enjoyed yourself.
Thanks very much.
Hope it's been okay. You've done really well with your quick question quiz. Liked it. Liked your random question answers as well. And loved both of your songs. So thank you very much for tuning in to another Here and Now on Broadcasting Scotland. I've been your host, Katee Cross. And thanks again to Norman for coming in, for being a fantastic guest and for singing some lovely songs. Next week's guest is going to be Gary Anderson, so make sure you do tune in for that. And make sure you check out Norman's Facebook page or any other social media pages that he may have. Any albums, EPs, I'm sure you can just type them in and find them. Now we're going to listen to another song from Norman. This one's called Makes Sense to Me.
You know how some people will tell you sincere about Jesus and angels, how they feel them near, and how they find beauty in whatever they see. It's only since I've known you, it makes sense to me. And I wondered why some people don't travel far. I wondered what keeps them in the places they are. And why do some prisoners never try to break free? It's only since I've known you it makes sense to me. And all the bizarre things I've heard lovers say become crystal clear. Now I'm thinking that way. And all the big claims that I've heard lovers make, I shrugged them off, that was my mistake. Oh, I was a doubter, a cynic, a bore. I used to sneer when they said there was more, when they said how profound, how sweet love could be. It's only since I've known you, it makes sense to me. I just look your way and it makes sense to me.
1, 2, 3, 4. If you're feeling tough and tired and you don't know what to do, call my number, I can assure you. Oh baby, hold on, oh baby, hold on. If your love has lost a sparkle and she's lost her golden shine, come over my way, I will make you mine. Oh baby, hold on, oh baby, hold on. Why don't you call me on the phone? There ain't no need to be alone. The night is young.